Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to a very special episode of the All the Things podcast. Not only is this the first episode of 2023, but it's also the first of many guided flows here as a podcast if you're listening on Apple Music or Spotify or another platform, and on YouTube. So this format will be different if you're a subscriber of our episodes, but I think will be a really wonderful thing to mix in with our regular interview style episodes. So for those who don't know, I'm at the end of completing my 200-hour teacher training. When I recorded this, I still have not completed my final exam, so I want to throw that out there. These are flows that I've created for myself, family, friends, and I wanted to share them all with you, and I hope that you can get some joy, some movement, some freedom of movement, and just some peace with these flows as well. If you're listening on one platform and not sure how to reach us on others, we are at All the Things the Pod on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, Twitter, and there'll be a link in either the description of the YouTube video or in the show notes to find us on other platforms for future flows and past episodes. This flow series is a 20-minute sequence, perfect for your morning to get your day started if you woke up feeling achy or stiff, or you just need some more energy to get your day going. This is perfect. It's also a great option if you go to a gym or you're working out from home and you're not really feeling motivated, just to get your body moving, get some movement in your body, some circulation, some stretching. It has a little bit of everything for what your body's needing. Isn't too intense. You don't have too much heat if you're needing a recovery day as well. I will be queuing you up in the best way possible to my knowledge currently. So if you're only listening as a podcast, it might be a lot of information for you if you're quite familiar with yoga, but I wanted to make this a true all levels flow. So if you're quite comfortable in your practice, you're welcome to extend poses beyond what I'm guiding you to, or if you're feeling more stiff, not flexible, having problems connecting with your breath in this, I really try and create an all levels approach so that you can go to whatever position in a pose is best for your body. And our bodies change every single day. Some days you might be able to extend a position to a much more advanced posture, and some days you might just need to rest in child's pose, and both are perfect if that's what your body's needing. Please honor your body. I am so privileged to be able to teach yoga and to explore this practice further and share it with all of you. I hope you enjoy this 20-minute guided morning flow. To begin our practice, I want you to come to the most comfortable position, a place of rest that could be easy pose, seated with your knees crossed or all the way down on your back, legs bent or legs stretched. We're going to begin with some breathing, and one of my favorite techniques is box breathing. If you're unfamiliar, once you're in your comfortable position, I want you to inhale for a count of 4, 2, 3, 4, hold at the top for 2, 3, 4, deep exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold that emptiness at the bottom of that breath, 2, 3, 4, and again, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, deep exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold that emptiness, 2, 3, 4. If you feel comfortable to do so, continue with this if you need to connect with your breath. Otherwise, on your next inhale, straighten your legs, extend your arms above head, come to a full morning stretch. Reach out your hands, your fingers, maybe give your wrists a little shake. On your exhale, hug your knees, bend them into your chest, curl up in a little ball. If it feels good, Give a little lower back massage. Rotate and circle your knees one way and then the other, just really gently waking up the body here. Extend your arms in a T shape. Either lift your knees in a bent position and place them down on top of each other on the right side, or simply let both knees drop down to the right. If you want to increase the twist from this position, place your bottom foot on top of your top knee. To further this position, twist and turn your head to face your left hand. Take a few deep inhales and exhales in this posture. Maybe if you have the flexibility today, even extend your top leg and hold your toe. When you feel ready, bring your neck and your knees back to center. Adjust your hips to come slightly off to the right, and then drop your knees. Repeat this twist on the opposite side. Follow the same alignment you previously chose with your knees to be either stacked, bent, or bent with one foot on top of the other, and turn your head to face your right hand if that feels aligned with your body and your neck. Bring your hips, head, and knees back to center and coming to your back, facing the sky and your knees apart. Tuck your chin to your knees, curling up in a ball, and roll out your spine 3 to 4 times, each time having a slightly larger rock, and eventually rolling all the way up to your seat, and will come to me on all fours here, giving your spine some love. In all fours, have your shoulders over your wrists, hips over knees, untuck your toes. We want to start in a neutral spine as we begin to warm up the body with cat and cows. Inhale. Reach your tailbone chest to the sky, really pressing through your palms to fully relax and drop the belly. On your exhale, tuck your tail as much as you can, press into your palms and curl your spine like a cat. Think of reaching your belly button to the clouds. Follow your natural cycle of breathing for about 4 breaths. And on your last exhale, come to a moment of pause in neutral spine. From here, once you're in your neutral spine, inhale, slightly extend both hands in front of you for about a hand's length away from your all fours position. Tuck your toes, press into your index finger and thumb, and lift your hips up and back to come into the downward facing dog position. This might be your first downward dog of the day, or maybe the year in this case, so I welcome you to pedal out your feet, wiggle your hips, and breathe deeply in this posture. Stay strong in your arms, but resist locking out your elbows. Remember to balance your weight in your thumbs and your index finger. Relax your neck and think of opening your chest to the earth, shoulders down, and breathe. On your next inhale, ripple through your spine to a plank position, shoulders directly over your wrists, gaze to the top of your mat. Exhale, come back to your down dog. We'll be repeating this sequence for 5 breaths. At any point, you can do this from your knees as well, or just simply hold in downward dog. Remember to breathe here. Meeting in downward dog, we'll inhale and come to a plank once more for our vinyasa flow. Honor your body and skip this and stay in a downward dog, or come to a child's pose if you're called to that. Otherwise, hold your gaze slightly in front of you, maybe the top edge of your mat. That's where I like to look. Press the ground away from you as you tuck your elbows to your sides, lowering your body halfway or all the way to the ground. Drop your shoulders away from your ears, press through the tops of your feet, and engage your quads to energize your legs for cobra or upward facing dog. In upward facing dog, your palms and feet press into the ground to lift your knees and hips, arms straight. Exhale, roll over your toes, hips lift up and back to come your downward facing dog. Inhale again, lift your right leg in the air, shoulders and hips square facing the ground, toes facing the earth. Exhale, bend your leg and draw your knee tucked up into your chest as you roll through to plank, shoulders above wrists. Inhale back to downward dog, right leg to sky. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, and hold. At any point, you can lower down to your left knee as well. Inhale, reach your right leg back to the sky. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, and hold. Inhale, reach your leg back up for a 3-leg dog. Once more, exhale and step through, placing your right foot between your palms. Are you breathing? Once in, you're set up for a low lunge. Keep your left knee on the mat. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, pulling your right hip back, left hip forward to ensure your hips are squared off. Right knee should be directly above right ankle. You're welcome to hold here and take a few deep breaths in this posture as is, or clasp your hands together, extending your index fingers and taking a gentle back bend. Ensure you're protecting your low back and neck by pushing your hips forward and having a line of energy from the crown of your head all the way down to your spine so that the neck does not fall back unsupported. If you want to go deeper on your next exhale, cactus your arms and send your chest forward. Inhale, release your hands to frame your top foot. Lift your back knee off of the earth and come to a twist by reaching your right hand up towards the sky. Energy flowing throughout your left leg to keep it straight but not locked out if it's lifted. And chest and shoulders facing towards the sky so that your chest is rotating open. Ensure your back, body, and crown of the head is straight. Thinking of pressing up against a wall behind you to keep everything in line and not collapse forward. Come back to your breath here. On your next exhale, release your top hand to frame your foot. Bring your foot to the end of your mat to meet in a plank. Inhale, take your hips up and back to come back to your downward facing dog. In downward dog, bend your knees, look forward between your hands, and hop or step to the front of your mat. Exhale, release and forward fold. Rock between your top edge of your foot and heels and see how that affects your stretch in your hamstrings. Really focus on connecting all 4 corners of the foot to the earth, creating a solid base. Hands either on a block on your mat or under your feet, depending on the structure of your body, flexibility, and where your body is at today. Relax your neck, nod your head yes and no. Inhale, lift halfway, hands come to the ankles, shins, or lower thighs, flat back, reaching your crown directly in front of you. Exhale, release to your forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees and reach your arms out and up to come to a standing position, arms stretched above your head. Exhale, your palms come together and pausing for a moment at your heart center and release by your sides in mountain pose. Think of dropping your shoulders away from your ears here. Maybe you want to circle them back one way and then the other to get rid of some excess tension. If you feel safe, close your eyes here and focus on connecting with your base and your breath. On your next inhale, reach your arms out and above your head. Exhale, swan dive down to your forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, hands come to ankles, shins, or lower thighs, flat back, reaching your crown directly in front of you. Exhale, release to your forward fold. Press your palms down to the mat under your shoulders, hop or step back into your plank position. At any time, you may do a plank from your knees as well. Lift your hips up and back to come to your downward dog, or take a moment in child's pose, hips coming back and down to the mat, arms extended with energy to the front of your mat and palms pressing into the earth. We'll repeat this flow on the opposite leg now. Back to our plank warm-up. On your next inhale, ripple through your spine to a plank position, shoulders over your wrists, gaze to the top of your mat. Exhale, come back to your downward dog. We'll be repeating the sequence for 5 breaths. Just like before, at any point you can do this from your knees as well, or simply hold in a downward facing dog or child's pose. Meeting in downward dog. We'll inhale, come to a plank once more for our vinyasa flow. Honor your body to skip this and stay in downward dog, or come to your child's pose if you're called to that. From upward facing dog, exhale, roll over your toes, hips lift up and back to come your downward facing dog. Inhale and lift now your left leg up in the air, shoulders and hips square, toes facing the earth. Exhale, bend your leg and draw your knees tucked into your chest as you roll through into plank, shoulders above wrists. Inhale, back to downward dog, left leg to sky. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, and hold. Any point, you can lower down your right knee. Inhale, reach your left leg back up to the sky. Exhale, left knee, left elbow and hold. Inhale, reach your leg up to the sky for a 3-leg dog once more. Exhale and step through, placing your left foot between your palms. Back into our low lunge position. Keep your right knee on the mat. Inhale and reach your arms to the sky, pulling your left hip back, right hip forward to ensure your hips are squared off. Left knee should be directly above the ankle. You're welcome to hold here and take a few deep breaths in this posture as is, or again, clasp your palms together, extending your index fingers and taking a gentle back bend. Inhale. Release your hands to frame the top foot, lift the back knee off of the earth, and come to a twist by reaching your left hand up towards the sky, energy flowing throughout your right leg to keep it straight but not locked out if it's lifted. Chest and shoulders facing towards the sky so that your chest is rotating open to your back body and crown of the head is straight, thinking of pressing up against a wall so that you do not collapse in front of you. Come back to your breath. On your next exhale, release your top hand to frame your top foot. Bring your foot to the end of your mat to meet in a plank. Inhale, take your hips up and back and come to your downward facing dog. Either stay in your downward facing dog for 3 breaths, come down to your child's pose, or take a vinyasa flow. We'll all meet in downward facing dog to come to our warrior 2. So coming to warrior 2, inhale, reach your right leg out to the sky, step your foot through between your palms. With your back leg, rotate your foot so that it reaches a 90-degree angle to your mat. Press into the back edge of your back foot to engage your legs. With your front leg, ensure the knee is above the ankle, and think of your front knee rotating up and out to create a strong base. Your front foot should be in line with the arch of your back foot as well. Windmill your arms up to come to a standing in warrior 2. Have your arms extended directly in front of you and behind you in line with your shoulders. Energy out your fingertips, drop your shoulders away from your ears. Once you're here, take a few breaths to settle in this pose. And if you feel called to, drop your back arm, either reaching down the back of your leg or taking a bind behind your back. Flip your front arm up, palm facing the sky. Exalt your warrior, reaching that front arm up and back, creating space in the side body. Stay here for a few breaths. With your neck, look up at your front hand, or to create space in the neck, look down at your back foot. Continue to breathe. On your next inhale, come back to warrior 2 with your body straight up and down, arms extended in front and behind you once again. Exhale, exalt your warrior, creating space in the side body. And inhale, come back to standing in warrior 2. Repeat the sequence a few times as you see fit for your body. We'll meet back in warrior 2, body straight up and down. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips, heel toe your back foot in slightly towards the front leg, and turn your body to face and be aligned with the top edge of your mat. Find your dristi, your focal point here, to help you balance. I like to look at the logo on the top of my yoga mat. Place your weight on your top leg, balancing on all 4 corners of your foot. Either use a block to bring the earth closer to you, place your hands on the mat, shin, or test your balance and airplane your arms as you bend your front leg, coming to warrior 3. Invite all the wobbles that may come here. I welcome you to test your balance as well. Inhale, place your back foot down to high lunge, reach both arms above your head to the sky. Remember to square off your hips here to the front edge of your mat. Exhale, sweep your arms back behind you, hinge your back body, creating a line from your crown all the way down to your extended back leg. Inhale, reach your arms up. Follow your natural breathing once more. Exhale, find your balance, coming back to your warrior 3, back leg lifted off the ground. From your warrior 3, lower both hands to the earth if they're not already there. Hips squared off, back leg lifted, toes facing the ground. Exhale, bend both legs, lowering your back leg. Inhale, extend your back leg to up towards the sky. We're following this motion for 3 breaths. On your next exhale, drop your back leg, meeting in a forward fold. Inhale halfway, lift. Exhale, fold down. In your forward fold, have your feet either be hip distance apart or bring your feet together, big toes touching. Inhale, bend your legs, bring your seat down as if you're going to sit in a chair. Lift your arms up and above your head or bring them to your heart center, lifting your chest as much as you can to the sky to come to your chair pose. Breathe here. We'll stay for 5 breaths, creating some heat in your body. On your last exhale, bring your palms to heart center, drop your body and stretch your legs to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down, place your palms down on the earth and hop or step back to your plank position, coming to a downward facing dog. We'll repeat this sequence on the opposite side. This time to come to our warrior 2, inhale, reach your left leg up towards the sky, stepping through between your palms. Again, with your back leg, rotate your foot so that it reaches a 90-degree angle to your mat. Press into the back edge of your back foot to engage your legs. With your front leg, ensure the knee is above the ankle and think of your front knee rotating up and out to create a strong base. Again, your front foot should be in line with the arch of your back foot. Windmill your arms, coming to a standing position in Warrior 2. Arms extended directly in front of you and behind you in line with your shoulders, energy out of your fingertips. Drop your back arm, either reaching down your back leg or taking a bind behind your back. Flip your front arm up, palm facing towards the sky, and exalt your warrior. With your neck, either look up at your front hand or again create space in your neck by looking down at your back foot. We'll follow the rhythm of breathing here, inhaling, coming back to a warrior 2 with your body straight up and down, arms extended in front and behind you, and exhaling, exalt your warrior to create space in your body. On your next exhale, bring your hands to your hips, heel toe your back leg slightly towards your front leg, and turn your body to face and be aligned with the top edge of your mat. Find your drishti, your focal point, to help you balance. Place your weight on the top leg, balancing on all 4 corners of your foot, either using a block to bring the earth closer to you, or place your hands on the mat or your shin, or test your balance and airplane your arms as you bend leg this time, coming to warrior 3. Either use a block to bring the earth closer to you, place your hands on the mat or your shin, or test your balance and airplane your arms as you bend your front leg, coming to warrior 3. Invite all the wobbles that may come. If you fall out, don't worry, try again. I just invite you and encourage you to test your balance here. Inhale, place your back foot down, coming to a high lunge, reach both arms above your head and up towards the sky. Remember to square off your hips here. Exhale, sweep your arms back behind you, hinge your back body, creating a line from your crown all the way down to your extended back leg. We're following this pattern again of inhaling, reaching your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hinging your body down. On your next exhale, find your balance, coming back to your warrior 3 position, back leg lifted off of the ground. From this warrior 3, lower both hands down to the earth if they're not already there, hips squared off, back leg lifted, toes facing towards the ground. Exhale and bend both legs, lowering your back leg. Inhale, extend your back leg up towards the sky, and we're following this motion again for 3 cycles of breath. On your next exhale, drop your back leg meeting in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. From your forward fold, have your feet either be hip distance apart or bring your feet together, big toes touching. Inhale, bend your legs, bring your seat down as if you're going to sit in a chair. Inhale, bend your legs, bring your seat down as if you were going to sit in a chair. Lift your arms up and above your head or bring them to your heart center, lifting your chest as much as you can to come to your chair pose. Again, we'll stay here for 5 cycles of breath. On your last exhale, bring your palms to your heart center and drop your body to stretch your legs into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, place your palms down and hop or step through to your plank position in a downward facing dog. If it feels right, take a flow, stay in your downward facing dog, or come to child's pose for a few nourishing breaths. We'll meet back in downward dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky, ripple through your spine to plank position as you bend your knee coming to pigeon pose. The goal is for your bent leg to be perpendicular to the front edge of your mat, back leg extended, hip square. A block can be placed under the hip of your bent front leg, bringing the earth closer to your seat. Once you've found a comfortable position, play where you feel a stretch but not pain with your hips. You can remain straight up with your torso, come to your elbows, or drop your head all the way down to your mat. If this pose is too much in itself, you're welcome to take another hip opening pose like child's pose or figure 4. Breathe here. When you feel ready, gently come back to a lifted position with your torso, exhale and switch your leg while seated or come back to your down dog. Here you can pedal out your feet, take a flow, or switch your left side right away. Once again, from your downward dog, lift your left leg up to the sky, ripple through your spine to plank position as you bend your knee coming to pigeon pose on the other side. As a reminder, the goal here is for your bent leg to be perpendicular to the front edge of your mat, back leg extended and hips square. You can also place a block under the seat of your front bent leg, bringing the earth closer to your seat once again. Play here, each side is a little bit different, so find a comfortable position where you feel a stretch, but again, not pain. This side might feel different, so if you came all the way down on the other side, this time you might need to remain straight up with your torso or play around where you feel most comfortable and can ease into the pose. Again, take child's pose or figure 4 if this is too much. When this pose feels complete, gently come back to a lifted position with your torso, exhale, and come back to downward dog or come all the way down to your seat. You can either remain in your seated position, taking a few deep breaths, take a flow, or stay in downward dog as we near the end of this flow, whatever you need to feel right in your body. We'll all meet in a seated position and then roll all the way down to your back, legs bent. On your back with your legs bent, gently sweep your arms just so you can graze your heels, making sure they're close enough to your seat. Press into your heels as you go up into a bridge, hips lifted to the sky. You can either stay here with your arms by your side or find the bind, grasp your hands behind your back, and tuck your shoulders underneath yourself so you're really lifting up towards the sky through your chest all the way to your hips. Find space in your neck as if there was a grapefruit between your chin and your chest. Lower down. Stay here for 5 breaths or until this pose feels complete, and then gently lower, rolling through your spine. With your heels back planted on the floor, windshield your knees side to side, just neutralizing the spine. Come to a place of stillness, lift your heels off the floor, bend your knees, reach through, and find the outside edges of your feet coming to happy baby. You can play here, rock side to side, extend one leg and the other, or maybe both. After this feels complete, let go of your feet, release your heels back down to the earth, and extend your legs, finding your final Shavasana pose. In your final Shavasana pose, you're welcome to stay here as long as you need. There's no rush. You're either beginning your day or ending your day, or maybe finding some motivation and energy to keep things going. Your Shavasana is so important to complete your practice. It soaks up all the work that we did in this flow, and it's also a great reminder to stay in that place of breath, focusing on your intentions for the day and sealing in your practice. Thank you for practicing with me. It is my honor and privilege, and I hope you enjoyed this flow. I hope it gave you energy, and if you have value in this flow, share it with someone who you feel might need some movement in their day or to find a moment of self-care. Thank you.